Okay, hi everybody. Welcome. I hope you can hear me all right. I have connected my AirPods, so I'm hoping that will make me a little bit louder and that this will work out okay. So, welcome. We have still a couple more minutes, so I won't start with the official lesson until it has hit our start time. But welcome to those of you who are here. First, Danish, welcome. Danish recently had a birthday, so happy belated birthday to Danish from those of you who have not wished him happy birthday yet. So welcome. Today is the first live stream lesson. I hope of many more to come, and I have a couple of plans. As you come in, say your name, say hello, where you're from, and put any questions that you have in the chat, please. So make sure to put any grammar questions or anything else that you may have regarding English in the chat. And as we wait for some people to come in, if anyone else will come in, if not, it'll be a private lesson for Denise and me. But I'm going to put some links in the chat so that those of you who watch this back later, who are not here for the live lesson, you can go ahead and check out these links. All right. I'm well, Denise. How are you? I hope you're well as well. The weather has been fantastic here in the Netherlands. I cannot complain. All right. So the first link I want to give you guys is the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/International Yankee English. That is where we put all of our updates, and we will post our calendar of events. So there is a calendar there with approximately 3 weeks worth of events. So our conversation classes, conversation practice, upload schedule for YouTube, as well as these live stream videos. They are all listed there. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and then go over to the Facebook group if you want to join the community that way. And I would really appreciate if you would follow us on social media as well so that we can continue to grow the community. Okay, so we will begin. Everything is pretty good, says Danish. That's awesome. Danish, if you have any questions, I'm going to start with the pronunciation exercises now. But if you have any questions for the Q&A part of the lesson, so grammar or vocabulary or writing, whatever it is, you can go ahead and put them in the chat. And if not, we will start with the warm-ups. So what I would like to discuss at the beginning here is articulation, enunciation, and pronunciation. Those are different things, right? Oh no, I'm still early. It's 2 minutes before 5. So that is just your kind of sneak peek into what we will do in a couple of minutes. And I will give you guys some time. I see there's another person who has joined. Hello. Make sure to say hi in the chat. Let us know if you have any specific questions for later and what your name is and where you're from. Good. Okay, so while we're waiting for the official start time, we'll wait 1 more minute. I want to ask Danish, do you know what the difference is between articulation, enunciation, and pronunciation? Who knows the difference between these 3 things? Please let us know in the chat if you know. And just a reminder, it really helps out the algorithm if you guys give this video a like. So if you're enjoying this lesson, whether you're watching it live or later when it's added to my channel, please give the video a like. I would really appreciate that. Denise, do you know the difference between these 3? Articulation, enunciation, and pronunciation. If you haven't seen it, this week on Monday, I posted a tongue twister video, and that was kind of the inspiration for today's live lesson. And that is also part of our live lessons at International Yankee English. We do Zoom lessons, practice every week, and a proper conversation class led by me every single month. And pronunciation and speaking skills are the main focus of those lessons. Okay. It is now 5 p.m. and since I do have to stop after 25 or 30 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and begin. So articulation. I'm going to read from my notes. Clear articulation is a deliberate action, so something you do on purpose, where you pause slightly before certain sounds. So for example, a T or a B. And enunciation is kind of where you make a difference between the vowels. So articulation is more about consonants, and enunciation is more about vowels. So let me give you the brief, the easy description. When you articulate, that is how clear you are in what you are expressing, how you express your sounds and your words clearly, whereas enunciation is the actual physical sound that you make. And that is different than pronunciation. Pronunciation is more based on the actual word sound, whether you have an accent, whether it's a dialect or a foreign accent, and how clear that is spoken. So all three of these things are very important. And not only can your accent affect your pronunciation, but also the way you articulate and enunciate your words will also have an effect. So if you guys are a part of the community, you already know that I am addicted to coffee, and today I drank a lot of coffee and not a lot of water. Therefore, my articulation and enunciation is not as good because my mouth is a bit dry. So I'm going to take a sip of water. I hope that you guys have some water with you, and we will begin with some tongue twisters. All right, let me check the chat real quick. Good. Okay. The first tongue twister, I will put it in the chat. All right, it is there for you. It is with the G sound. So you may or may not know this, but the G has a hard sound, G, 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 as well as a soft sound, J, J, J. So it depends on the word whether you use a hard or a soft G. Each of these tongue twisters that I have prepared for today, I will read slow, medium, and then I will try to do it fast. So let's start with the slow one. I've put it there in the chat. Green, glass, globes, glow, greenly. Okay, so this one is also that combination of the L and the R sound. And I really think that I'm going to end up saying grow instead of glow later. Let's do this at a medium pace now. You can listen to me first and then repeat it yourself, or do it at the same time, your preference. Green, glass, globes, glow greenly. Okay, now we try to say it quick. Green, glass, globes, glow greenly. So you notice that as you pick up the speed, that L and R sound is a lot harder to differentiate, to make a different sound between the L and the R. And this is even for some native speakers when they speak slowly or their average speed, it is even difficult. So it is important to practice saying these tongue twisters a bit slower and then building it up to a quicker speed as you get better and better at it. Okay, tongue twister number 2. This one is an R tongue twister. All right, guys, here we go. Rory's lawn, rake, rarely, rakes, really, writes. So if you haven't seen it already, I have made tons of videos on the R sound, the American R sound. I also had a linguistic expert from the UK on, and he explained the difference between the British and the American R sounds. You really want to round your lips when you make that R sound. Let's try this now at a medium pace. Rory's lawn rake rarely rakes, really writes. Okay. Good. And now I will try to do it quickly. Please don't laugh at me. Rory's lawn rake rarely rakes, really writes. You barely can even understand me, and I am a native English teacher and speaker. So it is important to make sure that you practice these slowly. Don't get caught up in trying to do these really quick. That is not really helpful for your pronunciation and your learning. So try to really enunciate, say each and every sound, and articulate as you go through these. Okay, number 3. This is a TH one. I have a video on the voiced and voiceless TH sounds. I'm thinking about making another one, and I have even included in the vocabulary and pronunciation playlist on my YouTube channel some of the videos from Rachel's English. She is excellent at explaining pronunciation. So if you want, I'll put her channel name in here for you. You can also check out Rachel's English. Okay, the TH one, I've sent it in the chat. The 33 thieves that they thrilled the throne throughout Thursday. So this one is quite long. So when I do the medium one, I will break it in half. I will start with the word the, and I will go through the word thought. Okay? The 33, see, I'm messing it up. The 33 thieves thought. Okay? Try it with me. The 33 thieves thought. Okay? If you notice that the T's are getting stuck together in the middle, don't say the rest of it, and don't try to go any quicker than that. Okay, work on that one, slow it down, and when the THs get a bit clearer, then you can go ahead and say it quicker, or you can add the rest of the tongue twister to your practice. Hi, haven't seen you in a long time. I hope you're well. Shilade, I always forget how to say her name. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. Okay, let's do the second half of the tongue twister as well. So let's start with that after the word thought. That they thrilled the throne throughout Thursday. Okay, one more time. That they thrilled the throne throughout Thursday. Okay, so this one is very tricky. Please let me know if you want more videos and practice on the TH sound. Maybe in one of our live lessons on Zoom, we can also go over it. Just let me know and I will add it to the list. Okay, I think that you guys don't need to laugh at me anymore, so I'm not going to say that one at a high speed because I will definitely mess it up and it will not necessarily help you learn. So on to the next one. This is another R tongue twister, and I will start by reading it slowly. Rory the worrier and Roger the worrier were reared wrongly in a rural brewery. I should point out that these last two words, rural and brewery, these are hard even for linguists and native speakers. So don't stress yourself out too much if you notice that you are mispronouncing these words. Even for the most experienced linguists, these are difficult words to say, especially in the middle of a sentence. Okay, but we will go through this just a little bit quicker. This one is quite hard. We won't do the fast-paced one either. Okay, so first you can listen to me and then you can do it after. And when you do it after, I will tap to try to give you some indication of how quick you should go. Okay, let's go. Rory the worrier and Roger the worrier were reared wrongly in a rural brewery. That's tough. All right, are you ready? Rural brewery. All right, the last one, guys. So this one, I really have a shout out to Emin, one of our moderators at International Yankee English. He helps organize the weekly practice sessions that we have that are live, as well as run the Facebook support group. He is from Serbia and he has very good pronunciation, but one of the things he struggles with, I've noticed, is the W and the V sound. So this one is special for Emin. Let's do this one slow. I've put it in the chat. We went to Wally's volleyball event under the village's wilted willow. Okay? Wah. Let's do it a little quicker now. We went to Wally's volleyball event under the village's wilted willow. Okay, so you notice that I'm moving my hand almost like a music conductor as I speak. So languages have melody and they have rhythm and they have intonation, they have stress. These are all important parts of pronunciation. And I think that maybe at some point I can do a pronunciation video or live stream lesson with you guys where we cover those different aspects, but better on a day where I have more time so we can practice it in a bit more depth, or even that we do it during a conversation class where you guys can ask me live questions. Eventually, I hope to have some kind of software where I can bring people up live on YouTube as well. But for now, I'm still rather rather basic with my technology. Okay, medium pace now. We went to Welly's volleyball event under the village's wilted willow. And now quick. We went to Welly's volleyball event under the village's wilted willow. I couldn't say this one too quick without a pause in the middle. It was very difficult. My advice for you is to record yourself saying these tongue twisters and then to listen back. So use your phone and, a little International Yankee English plug. Use your phone, go to voice memos, and then record yourself and listen back to it. And if you notice that you have any sounds that don't sound like the way I'm saying it or another native English speaker, then go ahead and ask that, comment on the video, write about it in our messenger chat on Facebook or in the Facebook group, asking for tips. We have 10 different units, or they're called guides now, in the Facebook support group, where we have different learning resources for different things. So if you can't find something for the sound that you're looking for, just leave a message. We have tons of English teachers in the group, and we can try to get that for you and to help you continue learning and improving along the way. You do have to listen back to yourself and to the native speakers, though, in order to know where you have the difficulties, the trouble in your pronunciation. Okay, so I don't see any grammar questions for the Q&A in the chat. Let me just double check. No. Okay, so then regarding the Q&A, I will skip over that and I will mention a couple of learning opportunities with our community events. So I wanted to start with the community updates. I wanted to mention to begin with that we had 3 International Yankee English birthdays in 3 days. Danish, who is here in the chat, had his birthday most recently. The day before that, Rosalyn, who has been a member of our community since, I think, July or August when we started of 2020. She had her birthday the day before that. And Elena, who is also an English teacher, recently joined our community, I think in December or January, and she had her birthday the day before that, actually on the day that we had our conversation class on Zoom. So happy belated birthday to all 3 of you guys again. And now onto the calendar of events. My goal is to do a live stream video lesson every week on Thursday here on YouTube at 5 p.m. Central European Time. That's Amsterdam local time, in case you need to know a city. And you can also check for any of the events we have. Timeanddate.com is a wonderful website where you can convert the Central European time zone to your own time zone. Now, we will do it again next week. We will have another live stream lesson at this day and on this day and at this time on YouTube. But the week after that, I will not be able to do a live stream lesson because I will be flying to the United States. I will be going to see my family, who I have not seen in over a year because of the pandemic. So I will be traveling and I will be unable to do it that day. I will update the calendar of events according to my trip to the United States. I will try to find some good times to speak to you guys and work with you during that time period. But do check the existing calendar that is on the Facebook support group page. We will have weekly practice sessions on Tuesdays, and we will have the monthly conversation class on Zoom on Sunday, March 7th. At 3 p.m. Central European Time. If you would like to sign up for that, please email me, info@internationalyankee.com. And in order to reserve your spot, I won't allow too many people to join it because I think that we are stronger with more quality than more quantity. So I would like to keep it at 10 or fewer students in order to ensure everybody has time to practice speaking, and then I can give personal corrections to everybody that is in the lesson. So please send an email if you would like to join the next monthly conversation class and join the support group if you want to be kept up to date on the things that we are adding. We do have the weekly conversations on Zoom as well on Tuesdays at 3 p.m. Central European Time. And that is it. I had one final announcement that I wanted to make, but since there's not that many people in the chat right now, and it is kind of a bigger announcement, I think I'm just going to make a video on it to announce that. And that is a change to the Patreon membership. I will be switching over to the YouTube membership option instead. I just feel that I've put so much time and energy into creating these perks for paying customers, but most people who want to go to the next level just ask me for private lessons or to do study plans for them, and I work with them directly. So I'm not at a stage where I have a huge following and that Patreon is something for me. So I will switch. My ring light just went off. I will switch to the YouTube membership instead if there's anybody who wants some extra content or some custom videos, then you can become a YouTube member. So keep an eye out for that if you're interested in that. With all that said, my daughter should be home in about 5 or 10 minutes, and I am going to log off. If you are watching this back later, please leave any questions you have in the comments, and I will see you guys either for the weekly conversation practice or at the Monday upload or on Thursday at the next live stream lesson. And of course, if you're a member of the Facebook group and you're not already in our private chat, then send me a message or Emin a message as well, our moderator, and one of us can add you. Thank you so much for coming, Danish, and Shaleda as well, and whoever else joined and stayed silent. Thank you so much for coming, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.